There's a lot of information out there on RPE. RPE is rate of perceived exertion, rate of perceived effort. Um, I don't solely rely on this, but this is the most uh, has the most data behind it, so that we're able to actually put some definition to the internal loading. Um, and so it's important to understand that rate of perceived exertion is a subjective measurement. However, with anything, you can train somebody to be better at it. So what I mean is, um, your when you first start using RPE, how do you feel is what it starts like. It's just like, oh, you're feeling for the day, right? But as you gain experience, as you understand how you can push your body, you get better at knowing what that feeling truly is. And so I like to compare that to, anybody in any job who's got experience, like, so for example, I'm looking at this wall over there. It's my opinion, my guesstimate that it's 20 feet away, right? That's essentially a subjective measurement, but it's got experience behind it, so it's pretty accurate. It's pretty close, right? I know where that's at. So as an athlete and a client grows in their experience and their abilities, that subjective measurement becomes a lot more refined, a lot more accurate.
That I just wanted to jump in with, and as a trainer, we don't really want to push people into using their RPE too early in their training, because they just don't understand what it's supposed to feel like. You know, you get a novice athlete, then everything feels heavy to them until they really get experience to what each weight feels like. Then, as you said, over time we can put more weight on that RPE. But so in the early stage, how do you do your programming as far as, novice athlete comes to you, what type of programming prescription do you do for like a brand new athlete who doesn't even know their numbers, so
Right, right. So essentially, for strictly from a external and internal loading management status, the beginner, the intermediate, and the advanced client, they all use it the same in terms of amount that they use it. However, they use it differently, obviously. And what I mean by that is, um, even my advanced athletes who are very good at understanding their subjective loading, their internal feelings, how they're doing for that day, I still have pre-planned weights for them. And the reason for that is again, we have to have goals. We have to have micro goals, and talking about micro goals and expectations is going to be a whole nother podcast. But we still have expected progress to make, and the day of, they more than likely will hit that. However, if they need to adjust, they know they can. So the advanced athlete still has pre-planned weights, um, just as much as a novice does. But when it comes to the novice side of the house, when they don't have established weights, or they don't have established um, exertion on conditioning, RPE will be just as valuable for the novice as it is for the advanced, because we have to get an establishment. Now the difference is when I'm discussing RPE with the novice, it's a lot of education. So they'll do an exertion, a lift, a sprint, a bout of something, and then I'll ask them what they think that exertion was, and then I will tell them essentially how off were they, from my objective standpoint. Be like, oh, that was really heavy for me. That felt like a 9, but I saw bar speed, I saw the weight of the movement, I saw their mechanics were perfect. I was like, no, that was more like a 6. You know what I mean? So I just put them in check. It's a time to just counterbalance and learn about what the true feeling is. So the novice and the advanced use pre-planned loads, use RPE just as much as the other. It's just in different ways.